I have climbed the highest mountain, I have run through the fields, only to be with you, only to be with you. I have run, I have crawled, I have scaled these city walls, only to be with you. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. My name is Uzor Nwakwo. My friends call me the legend. I am privileged to be the convener of the art movement. The art movement is a community, is a place where people come together, celebrate the love, common passions for art, and are able to express themselves artistically through music, spoken word, poetry, visual arts, dance, photography, and all forms of art. Everyone is welcome at the art movement. It's a come as you are, no pressure, non-judgmental environment. You can be yourself, you can express yourself, you can just sit and relax and be entertained. And if you feel like it, you can come and grace the open mic. There's a band there to play, to back you up. It all started with a dream, an idea that was rooted around my love for music. I'm a man of many passions, one of which is music, and the attraction to places where art is celebrated. And one of my favorite places to be is at the Bogobiri Art Movement, where every Thursday there's an open mic event and people can anybody can really come and express themselves. And it's a place I've been going to, for a long time, over 10 years. And it also helped fuel my own passion to learn to play an instrument, the guitar, my favorite instrument. So I've loved music for a long time, since I was young. I was raised on the sounds of country and soul and all those genres. And later on I developed a deep-rooted love for rock and roll. And the guitar is the central music instrument of rock and roll. So I realized as time went on that I could actually make a stab at attempting to play the guitar and move from just feeding off and being entertained to also making those sounds myself. So I heard the song, Radiohead said anyone can play guitar. So I got my own guitar back in 2009. I didn't get to start the journey really until about 3 years later in 2012. And it's been a long but very, very rewarding and interesting journey since then. So a place like the open mic provided a forum for me to be able to try out and express myself on guitar, no matter how bad it sounded, no matter how bad I sounded. But it's evolved over the years and become more and more, as it's become more popular, it becomes bigger, and then there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. So I always thought about a place that could leverage on, that kind of concept, but without the pressure. A place where just anybody really could feel comfortable to come out and express themselves and not really feel under pressure to perform or produce the kind of performance that people come, to expect on the Thursday evening. And I realized that there was really nowhere where that I hadn't really come across anywhere where something like that existed in Lagos. When I was in Ireland on secondment between 2017 and 2018, I found meet and greets sessions, open mic circle sessions that were small and intimate, really, really underground stuff. A place where maybe no more than 10 to 12 people will gather in a small room at a pub, and we'll just go around the room and we'll take turns, and people will be free to do whatever they wanted to do. Sing a song, recite a poem, do some spoken word, play an instrument, whatever. And I was also taking music practice sessions, at the music school in Dublin. So I found this forum to be a place where I could actually then really try out my skills or my expertise as I was practicing. And the more I attended sessions like that, the more I got better, because I found myself actually preparing for those sessions, and still not feeling the pressure of a big performance. And the more I enjoyed those sessions, the bonding, the intimacy of just making new friends out of strangers. By the time the night was over, I would have done 4 songs. And I found other places like that, places where the performer, no matter who you are, you're respected with absolute silence while you're on stage. And no matter what it is that you produce, the applause, is genuinely felt and heartfelt all through the room. And I thought this is really what I would like to, something I'd like to pioneer when I come back to Nigeria. And so after my secondment stint, I was back home. I shared the idea with a friend in 2019. But this idea really didn't take roots until about 3 years later. You can really continue to think about an idea in your head, but until you take that first step, that idea remains just an idea. That dream remains a dream until you wake up and pursue that dream. And so that journey started, the chasing of that dream started in a way by accidents, but I don't think I'd say incidents or accidents. I'd say God incidents. It was the birthday of a dear friend of ours, and we married, and we went for her birthday to a motherless baby's home, an orphanage. Went to visit the kids, and after that we decided to stop by at Bogobiri, which is our place, to the place that we love to go. But it was a Monday, the most unlikely day to go to Bogobiri. But we're a handful, of friends that have come together to support her, celebrate the birthday, and also the visit to the orphanage. So we just thought, good idea to stop at our home away from home right there in Ikoyi and just celebrate. And that was how we decided to start, because she was the one who had shared the idea with back in 2019. And then we decided to start it that day, and it was really just as basic as it was. Not more than 8-9 people there in the room. Really didn't have much of a backing band or instruments, but we did it. Karaoke'd it, we strung it, we sang it, we celebrated, and that, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, was the birth of the art movement. April 4, 2022. And then we decided to not let it end there. We didn't really know what to do from there in terms of frequency, in terms of venue. But again, somehow a month later in May, a public holiday like this, people came around, had family around, had friends around, had colleagues around. And right here in this room, in this living room, we brought our gear together. Abicentric and the band came together, put the jacks in, and made music and made merry. And we'd have sessions like that in this house, prior to that. But there was something special about that May Day, that blessed May Day, because I could link it to what we had started in April. And it was like the art movement again, but this time at home, right here in this living room. And that second edition was the catalyst, for establishing a framework. Because again, as it was, the idea was really, that the music goes around the room, and we had the benefit of a karaoke as well. So people who were interested in doing the karaoke, and that's how we went from person to person along the room. I mean, no pressure if you're happy to skip your turn or whatever. And by the time night was over, we had really had a fun time together. So we decided, okay, let's keep it going. Let's try again. The next month in June, it was Uncle Sam's birthday, another friend of ours. We went to Bugubiri to celebrate that, and people came together, boom, under the framework of the art movement. Fast forward to July, Margie sent forth, so we revolved it around Songs for Margie, and had sent forth when she was relocating. And that was when we started to put a theme, to each episode of the art movement, and so month after month, from August, September, and we just realized that, I just realized personally, that, wow, every time we gathered, there was always somebody who was joining for the first time, who left with an experience like never before. And it felt like we're just coming together and having fun, making music and making merry. But I just couldn't come to terms with the fact that this thing was really getting serious. And I remember preparing for the July edition, as Margie sent forth. I had a list of 18 songs that I had actually rehearsed for the night, and I think I managed to go through each and every one of them. And other people did get to perform and play and give their tribute that night. So there I was, really pushing myself, and again giving myself a confidence. I mean, it subtly crept up on me that I was actually gaining more confidence to be in front of people, to coordinate an event. I mean, this is like going from zero to being there. Like the guys who host these open mic shows are like, they are professionals. I'm just an auditor. Audit work by day, but there I was, coordinating an entire show from beginning to end, obviously with the support of brothers and the crew and everybody. And then we were we were adding layers and layers onto it. By October we had Rocktober, because I've always been thinking about, a rock fest, based on my love for rock and roll. And we know that Rocktoberfest, we used to have that in Lagos, but it's been off for a few years. So that for me was an opportunity to convene, and bring together and pull together our love for rock and roll and really celebrate it in October. We also use it as an opportunity to commiserate or remember, the lost ones, the ones we lost at the Lekki toll gate 2 years prior to. So this is all last year now. We also found that, it was a month to actually the celebration of music, of the legends like Fela, like Eminem, like, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, like, and even Nigeria, So we also found that this could be a forum where people can actually come to freely, just talk about their perspectives, as to what's happening in our country, what's happening in society in general, in our environment. You could really just come and talk about anything. You could even just come and give a testimony, talk about how your day went. Fast forward to November, and November to remember. It's my birthday, and then to December. And again, rewind to November to remember, because I had dreams, I had other dreams or goals for my birthday last year. One of which was to, write a book, but about my running story. I really couldn't get to that because my day job got in the way. But I found joy in actually, celebrating the art movement on my birthday, because I then realized that, wow, hang on, this is actually something that I can look back on as something that we've achieved that year. So again, I was inspired to take that energy, to take that momentum and build on that. December, we had the Christmas carols, Black Santa and the usual suspects. And then we moved into the new year, a new beginning. In February, Valentine election edition. So let's talk about love for our country, love for everything, and just on the backdrop of the elections, one of the most publicized, keenly followed elections in recent years. And then moving on to March, the whole message of we shall overcome. Again, another opportunity to celebrate our people who are relocating as well. Agba, for example, in April, we had the 1-year anniversary. We moved on to May, making moves in June, jamming in June. July, we jam again. August, art, spectacular September. And then last month again, October. And now we're looking forward to another November to remember. So it's been a journey, every edition has been unique. We are up till very late, the show that starts after the show. I think in recent months, maybe another highlight that one can really point out to this year is what we've been able to do with the Children Scholarship Project, the underserved children of Uzor Foundation in Ajegunle. And so in May, we ventured into a collaboration with the Uzor Foundation, which is a foundation that is established to support the underserved children, predominantly in Ajegunle area of Lagos. And we identified, with the foundation set up some sort of spelling bee competition, and then in collaboration with them, we incorporated some other artistic aspects to the competition, and where the children were able to come out and display their talents with respect to visual arts, drawing, and just making art from, recyclables, and other things. And it was just amazing to see the sort of talent that these kids displayed back in May when they came for the first time. We had children who blessed with singing talent, dancing, and all other forms of art as well. So on the backdrop of that, also in partnership with the Give Back Uplift Society, which is another foundation that is really close to my heart, we're able to raise funds to the beneficiary children, and use that as a stepping board for their education, to fund their tuition fees in school. So that's really been something that I really look at and say a big win for 2023. It's not quite over. There's still some work to be done to bridge some of the gap with respect to some of the children. So we continue to work with Uzor Foundation to make sure that the needs of those kids are met. But it's just wonderful. Beyond meeting their needs in the immediate, it's also placing for them a foundation, on which they can build and, develop their artistic side, their artistic talents, and take it to the next level. And we've identified a few of them, a number of them, that we feel we can work closely with to nurture these talents. All right. Now, all of this would definitely not have been possible without the support system that we have been blessed with. I'm talking of my brothers. We have a resident artist, Osta, a cousin of mine who's who's blessed with artistic abilities. So every month, he comes up with something very unique that speaks to the theme of the month. So he's one of the usual suspects and regulars. And it's also been a source of inspiration, to the kids, who those who have been inclined to visual arts. My own brother Casey picked up playing the clarinet. You can hear him in the background. Playing the clarinet, by virtue during this period of the journey of the art movement. And month in, month out, we've been blessed with, his productions, life on stage. Yes Boss, Jenko with the good news coming in from time to time and spicing up the events. Yes Boss, our hype man. To Scars, who's been very, very instrumental as well, very supportive. These are talented and professional musicians that are making us look even better than we are. Then the band, the band is the soul of the movement, starting with none other than Abicentric himself, who's been there. We're talking of Ogobiri Open Mic, Thursday in, Thursday out. That's where the journey, my relationship with Abi started. And it's really inspired me as I was learning to play the guitar and giving me the confidence. I was stuttering and stumbling on stage, on Thursday nights at Bugubiri, but he's really been there and supportive all the way. And this art movement has now produced the forum through which we are jamming regularly, even more than once a month as we rehearse and prepare for the sessions. So Abicentric has really been supportive and is the backbone, of the band. Eriga on bass, again, the soul of the sound, the bass that carries, the sound of our songs. Charlie on keys, aka the Jews on keys. Innocent on keys as well. And we've also had featured guitarists every now and then. Orange, the Naija superstar, original rock star of Naija. Mike, who's also on bass. So we've been blessed to have like the complement of musicians. These are professionals, but they're always ready to give their time, to give their expertise, and to support the sound as well as people come out to perform month in, month out. And there's also been a very wonderful content creator, the content creator behind the scenes, JC himself, with adding the relevant touch, the touch of relevance, and really accentuating, what we're doing, amplifying it, beyond words. You just have to see the outputs of some of the wonderful content that we've been able to generate over time, over the month, and very wonderful. I'm blessed to have him, capturing these wonderful moments. And of course, my own blood cousin, the content creator, Indigo Child, also, who's been very, very instrumental, capturing a wonderful moment and also making them available and amplifying all that we're doing, adding color, to the sound and the texture of the art movement. And we know that in all of this, the best is yet to come. This journey is just picking up. The ship has sailed, but we are moving, and we still keep our doors open, and every month someone new comes in and testifies of the wonderful experience, and they want to come again. They want to bring their friends and their families, and just always just that. It's just that feeling, and I wonder sometimes, like, why, how? We're just a simple group of people. We just want to have fun. We just want to express ourselves artistically. We just want to make an impact, in society. We want to make an impact even within our own community, and lift ourselves up, from whatever it is that we're going through on a daily basis, and extending that love to all and serving all with the gift of art. A gift that we have been blessed with, but we have been blessed with that gift for a purpose, to serve it. And that's what the art movement is all about. This is the art movement. This is where art lives.